right, we are back here live with Excuse the Duval and Me Talk Show here at the Cookbook Restaurant and Lounge at 1827 North Pearl Street. And we are back here with Uncle Nard of Talking Trees. And I told you that we... And you are Mr. Duval.
I don't know about you.
But say so. Say so. This man here sitting next to me. How many songs are they playing at the stadium of yours?
Well, I would say 3 now. I'm from Duval, The Where You From, and recently the new single is Charged Up. Now, I'm unaware of which DJ played it, but any other DJs, I know I leaked the song to a handful of DJs, so I want to thank each of you, whoever got it. Thank you for the love. Duval is spelled D-U-V-A-A-A-L. 3 A's, not 3 U's. It was interpreted wrong.
And that's for Mr. Duval himself, okay? And how do you feel about your music being played there? You wanted to take off because Charged Up. If you look at our YouTube, that is our opening song now. So
Sorry, can't take the calls right now. Sorry, can't take the call.
So please, if you want to hear a snippet of that, at the beginning of our YouTube, when it's posted and uploaded, that is his song, Charged Up.
Where you from?
Duval.
That's the one. That's you using, right? Right, Fat? You using where you from, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
This is a collective thing that we have going on here, so you could be able to hear his songs. But you also recently just released it out on Apple Music, correct?
Oh, yes. Matter of fact, it's on all of the music platforms. So Apple Music, Spotify. And to piggyback on something that was on the earlier segment of how we can support local artists, you don't necessarily have to spend money. I mean, like, you're going to play music. You have your playlist on Spotify. You have your playlist. Once you're paying for a subscription to Apple Music.
Yes.
To have unlimited songs in your library. You already paid your subscription. Add these independent artists here in the city to your playlist.
Yes.
Get them a play. Those plays add up the pennies. So
support.
Add them to your playlist. Add them to your playlist. Add them to your
That's
playlist.
what we're saying. Support. And that's where, and I recently downloaded your music, so
Thank you. Thank you. That's greatly appreciated.
Also, what it was, I'm from Duval when we put out the flyers for this.
Yes. I'm from Duval.
So you can hear his music everywhere. You need to give me your music so that when we do put out the flyers, we can hear it and we can get it passed around, especially the swamp. You know, that's my song.
Oh, you're a Gator fan? You're a Gator fan?
No, he's FSU. Let him speak for himself. Well, one moment.
Oh, okay.
For the last time, I was having a rough day, and I wrote this song, and I was talking about the state of Florida. I'm from the swamp. Florida is considered a swamp. But when I presented the song and let others listen to it, everybody wanted to run to Gainesville with it. So that's how it caught legs with the University of Florida in Gainesville. Now, I have no reservations on what you do with the song or how you present it to someone else. If you feel as though it's a Gator song, cool. Look, for the right check, I will put on orange and blue, and never said I would wear Gator. I would say I would wear Gator gear, but for the look.
For the chick.
No shame. Hey, my boy just said, I don't care if J-Bo come in town, I'm going to have on my jersey, and I'm running straight to him at the Jaguar game. So, like I said, man, it's to each his own, but like you said, man, appreciate it. I definitely follow your music and share it with amongst the people that follow me, and we'll keep it going.
Thank you.
Gators been having a bad little month.
All right. It ain't gonna always be shiny. It ain't gonna always be shiny. You gotta
Lord.
do it. If you're a Jag fan, you understand the highs and the lows.
If they offered me a piece of change and I didn't take it, all of y'all would slap me in the back of the neck. So I don't even want to hear that.
You're right.
You know what? Speaking to the mic. Don't be over there talking low.
Integrity. I would not be proud. I say integrity. Go Nose.
Uncle Nard, do you have anything new coming out? Any kind of new projects? Anything that you want to bring forth to the city?
Sure. I got the I'm a Jags fan shoes.
And you also do the T-shirts, which
Oh
is
yeah,
one
yes,
right
yes,
here
yes, yes.
on
The
display.
Duval till we die, and I want y'all to pay attention to how I'm spelling Duval. It's Duvaal. Duval, not do like a bunch of doodoo. We not doodoo, so stop emphasizing the do.
You
wanna
saying we
emphasize
don't?
the Duval.
Okay.
So, and I think that spelling came out of someone trying to decipher an urban code, and they didn't have the insight to decipher it right.
Okay. So, where do they pick up your merch?
TalkingTrees.com is our website, and that's going to be the hub for everything. If you want to find out anything that's going on with Talking Trees, you want to visit TalkingTrees.com. TalkingTrees.com. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. I am Uncle Nard on Instagram, and I just launched a YouTube channel for Uncle Nard, so please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need to get up to 1,000 subscribers to go into the monetization, so that support is greatly needed. I want to focus on adding independent artist videos as one of my playlists on the channel, so we can get those spins and making sure there's not a pointed something out earlier with when referring to the music business, not enough of the artists are focusing on the business side.
The business,
and
yes.
when you have music business, if 50% is music and 50% is business, if you're only doing 50%, that's an F. That means you're failing. So you're going to have to tap into that business side somehow if you want at least a passing grade. So focus more on the business side, and I'm definitely will be attending the festival, the Fleet DJs.
Fleet DJs.
Fleet DJs.
Fleet DJs Music Conference.
Yes. So
2020.
he's plugging it. I plan on being there. I haven't heard of it, but Fleet DJs Music Conference, Jacksonville, independent artists. Let's show up and show out.
Yes, sir.
And with you on the Jack's music scene, what are your thoughts on how things need to progress? Do you have anything further that you wanted to add, and any kind of addendum to what we were talking about earlier? Because I know you feel passionate about Duval, as I do. While we're both here sitting together, how we came together was working on trying to approach the Jaguars. So
and we coming.
We are coming. We're here, and we're not leaving. The door's open, and it's going to be finished. Yes, it is.
We're here. We was here before the Jaguars, and we just want to be recognized for that. But with when I look at the music scene here in the city, I am so proud of these artists here in the city. I'm impressed by their tenacity and drive, because being an independent artist anywhere is a job in itself. Being an independent artist here in Jacksonville is an extremely hard job.
Yes.
Being an artist in general, and I have a true respect for the artistry. If someone is a poet, a painter, a dancer, anytime someone has enough courage to stand up and deliver whatever their art form is, that takes courage.
Yes.
And generally, they're being butt naked when they're presenting their art form to you, whether it's poetry, whether it's a song, whether it's hand or painting
spoken
or
word.
anything like
Yes.
that. With the seamstress, these hairstylists are artists.
Yes.
And just to see so much coming from this city, I am proud. I'm extremely proud of the independent artists. I'm extremely proud of the upsurge in support for the independent artists, the different things that are spinning off, the lyricist live event that Mal Jones does downtown every Wednesday. He's been going on for years. There has been no violence. So when people say they're not, when I hear they're not supporting the independent artists here, I think I'm looking at a different picture, because what I'm looking at is a lot of support, and the talent is there. And Lil Duval, Chameleon, big up to Chameleon and Lil Duval. Y'all showed y'all ain't noose at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and I was so proud to be able to say I'm from Duval.
Yes, yes, say so.
I'm just amazed at how much you guys have been putting together, and I really want to see this continue, man. This is like one of the things that I had in the back of my head, because, like I said, me and my boys, we dabbled a little bit, and I know we ran into a lot of roadblocks, and I just couldn't figure it out. Like, where was the support? Like, we would go here, and we basically were several groups into one super group. So when we divided up into our separate groups, we had love, and even when Gene was on the show, he was like, "Yeah, I remember that," you know what I mean? But it was like we could never get to where we wanted to get, and so I know that was one of the things that I was interested in, just like bringing all you guys here. I hope that maybe y'all could get together and have some kind of showcase with all this local talent focus, because I know you guys are of one mindset, about bringing along other talent through Duval and making it about the city and not so much about your side or your affiliation or clique or whatever the deal is. So that was just my thoughts on the whole.
I mean, the thing that's beautiful about the city that they don't know is being able to go out of town, and they say, when they mention your name, and then they just bring the city out, Duval.
No doubt.
Everybody knows it now, and it's crazy. Like, you don't even have to say anything. The city is really getting love from outside of the city. And I just think that, like I say, man, unity is everything. Like, bruh, you don't know how far clicking up would do. You don't know how far, everybody fire, how far that really goes, instead of me, 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 me. Anybody can do that, you know what I mean? But you turn that eye into a we, man, it's crazy from there. Because I believe, like I said, it's a lot of artists here, and I support them all. I like all their stuff. I share it, you know what I mean? I don't get the same love in return. But it's cool. You know me, it don't matter. It's cool. But at the same time, I know that I'm on your team. If I have anything, I try to reach out to artists and let them know, hey, look, I have this going on out of town. It's my mixtape release party or my album release party. If you want to open up, shoot me an inbox. I always have my info out there, and to try to give somebody else the same opportunity somebody else gave me. You know what I mean? So I think one of the biggest things in my career probably was opening up for Major 9 in Gainesville. I got to do In the Swamp, at the Swamp, right before he came on, which is dope. You know what I mean? He gave me a shot and didn't have to. So like I say, man, shout out Major 9 for having me April 13th this year. Appreciate it, bro. That was the best birthday gift I had in a minute.
I just want to set the record straight. I know people see me on this talk show and be like, "Wow, he's on this Duval show, but he always got on Georgia and Falcons." Look, man, I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. I'm talking about since Jit days. So everything about me is Duval. That's all I know. I just was forced. I ain't gonna say forced. I just came from a country background and a bunch of wholesome folks. You know what I'm saying, that love Georgia. I fell in love with Georgia through them, and if it was any other circumstance, I probably would still be the same type of dude, loving Georgia. But I'm from Duval. I love the energy. I love being around good vibes and good people. You guys make me feel good. I love doing this every Tuesday. It's actually one of my brighter marks of the week is to be able to come out here and actually talk about something that's actually worth listening to. I go back and I hear my own voice. I cringe a little bit because I don't like the way I sound. But I love everybody else's speech and how they come at it. So everything about this is beautiful to me. I love where it's going. I have premonitions of it being way bigger than you guys probably do, but that's just me being optimistic about the situation because week by week I just see more and more people getting involved, and it's good to see, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I remember when Ro was talking about it, he actually made the first initial excuse the Duval and me, and I was always questioning him about it. And to see him you guys actually going forth with it and making it something positive it's crazy. I actually can be there and say, man, I knew them guys before they even made it. You know?
I appreciate that, little bro.
Okay, yes, sir. We gotta move on to the sports, guys, before
Too
we
much.
get
It's
kicked
too
out
much
of here.
mushiness.
Okay.
Man up, man up.
Are we ready?
Football.
Okay. Well, let's shut up and play. That's the first topic.
All right.
Is the new athlete being held to an unfair standard and being censored too much? The effect of Antonio Brown versus Cap, with your breaking news, and versus LeBron's approach. What do you feel?
I don't think it is an unfair standards because, for one, these guys are not regular human beings. They're professional athletes that's in a business and a marketing where they have to uphold a certain standard because you always have to remember they have fans and people that look up to them because they're role models. So people see that like AB. I feel like AB is impulsive, and people mimicking him isn't the right way to go because there's so many different ways he could have went about that, but he chose to be impulsive and ignorant about the situation. That's just my take. Cap is a whole different situation. That's revolutionary greatness. He stood up for something. He stood up for something that everybody, as us black people, believed in, and that Cap shouldn't even be in that conversation with AB. Or I should say AB shouldn't be in that conversation with LeBron and Cap because those are legendary fellas. And AB, he doing too much right now. Hopefully, I hope he gets some help or whatever he got going on and get better. And LeBron, we're witnessing greatness in him every day. He upholds the standard and keeps it there. I mean, it's hard to hate him. I hate him on the court. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to hate him, but then I see him opening up schools, and you be like, dang, LeBron is he's a great man, you know. But all we see is him flopping and crying, all that, no defense. You be like, man, what is this? And then who is he? Yeah. You actually have to respect himself as a person, not as an athlete. So when you talk about standards, I guess LeBron probably holds it the best out of the three, but I think they should be held to a standard because if not, they would just be like us, living with no care, and they're getting paid to live with one.
But don't they have a right? I mean, one of my favorite athletes is Sir Charles Barkley. I am not a role model. Not just because I can shoot a ball. I mean, yeah, I practiced at shooting this ball, and I understood that this was my vehicle out of whatever my financial, shortcomings was. But I didn't sign up to be little Johnny, be all. I'm going to have bad days, bro. I'm going to have good days. So should I be under this microscope constantly to where you're just, like, nitpicking? Like, a lot of stuff that go on with you. Like, if you and your girl have a fight, and you fly out the handle. You throw a bottle or something. You know what I mean? You may not hit her, but that's just with you. You know what I'm saying? Your people or whoever know about it. I do it as that multi-million-dollar athlete for AB, for example. He called a man cracker, but his own head coach called up and was like, we good. Now, AB, I think his whole thing was a little more manufactured as he wanted a result to get out of
Him.
Yeah, I mean, but it's always going to be selfishness, you know what I mean? But to me, I think it is an unfair standard. I think that, I mean, if you want to be that guy, like a lot of people hate Michael Jordan. He never did nothing. He had prisons. He did this. What did he do for the black community? And a lot of people feel like LeBron is that GOAT because he does so much for the community, which I applaud as a father, and I understand where his mentality is, but should Mike feel that way? I mean, you're not with me out here on these courts.
I mean, I like them all because all of them did something different, and I can speak to being an athlete. I always wanted to be my own person, but we're all human at the end of the day. And by us being human, things do happen. That doesn't mean that they're bad athletes or bad people. It's cool to look at people that's on the football field, but you don't know what it took for them to get the way they were. And it's a lot of bad things. LeBron went without his father, but he didn't have to grow up homeless like Antonio Brown. He wasn't drafted in the first round. He really had to earn the money that he got. So I applaud Antonio for one reason, and that's standing up to the NFL instead of kissing its ass, per se. Because if not for him to stand up and say, hey, bro, I want my guaranteed money, and basically he stood up and said it, but the white boys don't have to say that. The big-time quarterbacks don't have to say that. When there's 2 years left, they get stuff worked out. They get extensions. While our athletes don't. They get stiffed into their last years of their contracts. So that's where that even kill is. And that one person that stands out, now has more cameras on him because he's not acting like the rest of the group. So that's why I say you got to be careful when you do say, hey, oh, you can't look up to AB. No, but when you see what AB does on the field, his production, when you see him working out, those are the things you look at. You look at the good in people, not the bad. If you take the bad from people, yeah, people going to have bad days. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I have my bad days. I have my moments where I'm like, F the world and everybody in it because I'm having a bad day. But at the same time, I don't expect the kid to look at me for everything that I do and mimic everything that I do. Because
yeah,
it is reality, but kids should look.
Perfect example, bro. It's a vicious double standard. If I say Michael Irvin, what's the first thing everybody gonna think about?
Cocaine.
You see what I'm saying? The cocaine. I say Troy Aikman, what's the first thing you think about? See, you said drinking, but most people are not going to remember that Troy used to be toasted too. You feel me? That's where that double standard. Troy got his a little covered up. You know what I mean? Where Mike was out there. Mike was the cocaine cowboy. Let them tell it. But this man a Hall of Fame and all that, bro.
Were back then, though.
I mean, they were, but that's what I'm saying. Like how with AB's selfish, right?
Right.
Let them tell it. So you don't think that most receivers are selfish in the game? It's about stats. That's the way your contract is set up. You have to make so many catches, so many yards. You have to do this. You don't think Julio's a little selfish to some extent?
He doesn't air his selfishness out to the media to see.
That's his choice, though. That's my very. But he a different person.
His actions, I'm not finna debate with AB and Julio.
What did Julio say before the game? And I quote, the week before the season started, I ain't gonna play. My back hurting.
J. Ram.
He got Friday, new extension. I'm playing on Sunday.
J. Ram.
Your actions, like I said, he said, no. If we gonna call a spade, we gonna call it one. But actions speak louder than. My thing is this: if AB don't do what he did, other athletes can't do what they do. You get what I'm saying? In football, this is unheard of. This has never been done before. You gotta understand. White boys run this league, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm just being honest. You got to look at it. They run this league, bro, when it comes to the paper, the contracts.
Yes,
but they don't treat our athletes the same way, bro. I'm proud that AB did what he did. What you mean, right?
So we
listen.
like Russell Wilson ain't getting that walk right now.
Huh? He not getting 89 million guaranteed. No, he not. He not getting a fully. He doesn't have a fully guaranteed. He not getting a fully guaranteed contract, is he? It's only one of them, and who got it? Pilgrim. Thank you. and he's 6-4, and he's six.
Shout out to Big Game
he's,
James.
He's 6-14 against top teams since he's been with his new team. He's not won a Super Bowl or a playoff game with this team. How many Super Bowls this man done been to? No fully guaranteed contract. I digress.
Go to the next.
Kirk Cousins.
Unfortunately,
He said it.
We're just going to
You
take
like that, don't you?
another quick short break. We're going to, Uncle Nard has to depart. He has another
all right.
engagement that he needs to attend.
Yeah,
But
we
we
appreciate
want to
you,
thank
bro.
you for coming out, but we want to also extend you the same as we did Desnado
For sure.
for some kind of showcase. Come back in and do it. You'll be back. Okay, that's
what's
what
up.
we're talking about. Everybody, thank you. Let's thank Uncle Nard for coming out and spending time with us. Please come back.
Where you from, Duval?